Hi, everybody. Um, uh, I was hoping to come to you guys and give you some good news today, but the universe had something completely different in store for me. It's like just dangling carrots. I won't say God is dangling carrots because this is not this is not God's work. Well, just call it the universe. And yes, this is a different hairdo. I usually have like, I think for all the time you guys have known me, I've always been in like a little bit of a bun situation going on. This is new. This is my very first attempt at what we natural girls in black community call, a wash and go. This is my very first attempt at a wash and go, and I have to say I'm very pleased. I made it really, big. I just sort of pinned it away from my face because, I have some oils in there and stuff, and I don't want the oils on my face because my face and oils, they don't always work well together. They kind of have arguments sometimes, and sometimes it gets very fierce and becomes a bit of a battleground, and casualties of war, you can see that's, a little bit evident there, little, you know, landmines and all that kind of stuff going on. So, we try to keep the two apart so they don't always have these issues. Hence, bobby pins keep the hair off my face. So, minimize all of that. So, but anyways, why we're here? Because this month I had reason to believe I was pregnant. And today is test day, and I tested this morning on one of those cheap internet strips, and that came up as a blank white space negative, and I tested for the first time Saturday of last week. A weekend just passed, Saturday and Sunday. Again, blank space. Very neutral. I'm not here for you this month kind of response. It's like, thank you, appreciate it. I stopped testing after Sunday, hoping, something would figure itself out. But anyways, here's the story. So Monday of last week is when everything started. It started with headaches. Today is March the 7th, just to give you a bit of reference. So Monday of last week, which was end of February, so I'm thinking maybe the 26th. Monday was the 26th about. But anyways, check your calendar, girls. Guys, check your calendars. But anyways, last Monday is when it's all started. Like a little bit of headaches throughout the week, a little bit of, dizziness, starting to get a little illish feeling. Everything basically that happened back in December. If you guys remember when I got pregnant in December of 2016, it was the same thing. I was feeling all of these symptoms, not to mention egg white mucus. Like I don't get egg white mucus. I do not get insane amounts of egg white mucus. Sorry for the men who might be on here, but if you're here to learn to try and support your wives or your girlfriends or your sister that might be going through it, you're gonna hear some stuff. Now, if you're not into that part, you might want to skip a few. But like I don't get egg white mucus. This is not something that I know in my life ever. I don't know wet panties, like wet panties just from ovulation, like ovulation symptoms, wet panties with like copious amounts of egg whites. I don't get that. So when I first started to see that, was the first time I saw it was the December that I was pregnant. That was that. This time around, I'm seeing it again. So boom, it was like, okay, of course you start to think, oh, is this happening again? Am I pregnant? Because if you're like me and immediately after ovulation, for all the time you've been checking and trying to get pregnant. After ovulation, you go right back to, and the little bit of egg white mucus you do have turns right back into creamy mucus, creamy discharge, then seeing egg white mucus post ovulation for a whole week after. That's not normal for me. It's not normal for you if you're like me. So you see egg white mucus that's lasting and lasting and lasting and lasting, and you're like, ooh, especially when it comes along with dizziness, thirst, starting to feel a little ill, same sort of symptoms you felt the first time you were pregnant and miscarried. You start to think, okay, maybe I'm pregnant again. But then you test and no, you're not. So then what the hell was all that? Seriously, what the hell was all that? Why did this need to happen now if I'm not pregnant? What's going on? Who in the universe is trying to mess with my head? Are people trying to let me have a mental breakdown? I'm listen, I took a day off from work today because I just needed to collect myself, because last night, basically I wasn't excited. I wasn't obsessing. I wasn't anything. I was just tracking it. And then it came down to Saturday past when I went to the washroom again. Sorry, fellas. I went to the washroom, wiped, and there was egg white mucus on the tissue after I urinated and wiped. I don't know that life. That's not my life. It was so much I could pick, because I wanted to test it to make sure it was what consistency was it. So yes, again, sorry fellas, I picked it up off the tissue and I'm like, this is very thin. This is very egg whitey. I didn't even get egg white mucus that's this egg whitey. Words, my gosh, listen to the words I'm coming up with, egg whitey. But yeah, I don't get that. So you get it, and I called my husband. I swore I wasn't going to say anything to him because I don't want to get his hopes up. I don't. But when I saw that, I was like, I needed to talk to somebody about it. I really did. I needed to talk to somebody about it. So I called him and babe, this is not normal for me. Usually so I gave him the whole spiel. So I helped him understand what happens after I ovulate. This is not normal. This is what happened last time, right? He didn't show excitement, but I know him, I know him. He was excited, but he just want to show it because I'm telling him, listen, I'm not excited. I'm not obsessing over it. I'm not going to, think over it, but I'm just letting you know this is the change I saw. So everything, the only thing that was different this time around from last time is last time I actually felt implantation. 7 days post ovulation, I felt implantation. I felt that stop in your tracks, major cramp. And it lasted for 2-3 hours of just mild cramping. Not the major cramp, but it initially started with that boom cramp. Whoa. I had to stop walking. It's just freeze in your tracks between steps kind of cramp. And then for the rest of the hours, it's the couple hours afterwards, it just sort of mild cramping kind of thing, right? That I didn't feel, but I've had mild cramping. I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe this time I didn't feel the implantation. Maybe this time around it was just a mild cramping, because I've heard from women before that when I used to follow TTC videos on YouTube, I've heard from other women that they don't really feel the implantation, but they do feel some mild cramping. So I was like, well, maybe that's what this is. But again, not obsessing, not planning, not going crazy, not just paying attention, because I promised myself that I would not ignore signs again, like I did the first time around. Because the first time around I was pregnant and I did not acknowledge my baby because I thought I was getting sick, and I didn't, and I felt bad for that. I don't know if I've mentioned that here, but essentially I felt bad for not having acknowledged my baby, and I promised myself and I promised God that if this were to happen again, I would not ignore my child, if there even was a child, but not to ignore the signs that there is something happening. You know what I mean? So I just sort of kept track of what was going on. Another thing that was weird, because I don't get these things, like, and there's only two things. I'm like, what? Like, why dangle the carrot? Like, why? Like, you could have just left me, you know, in my, okay, here comes a creamy discharge phase. Like, why show me all of this and be like, hey, psych, you know, gotcha, girl. Like, why? Like, I could have done without that. You know, I've been fine. I could have done without that. But yeah, that's what that was. But the only thing that was kind of weird for me when I got pregnant in December 2016, not last December, for those of you who are seeing this for the first time, like, at one point I got this overwhelming feeling of just like love. It's like your heart is just bursting in this one moment for whatever reason. You see something, you hear something. This time around, last time around, it was my husband. I thought of my husband popped in my head, and it was like, oh my God, I love that dude. And I'm not a lovey-dovey, touchy-feely girl. I'm not. I'm really not. So when this happened, sorry, if you saw that, ignore it. Again, this is still like the little sniffles that I had last time. But anyways, yeah, overwhelming feeling of like, oh my God, I love this dude. This time around, it was a little girl where I work. Baby girl I've never seen a day in my life. Just met the kid. And I was looking at this girl, and it was like my heart was exploding over this little girl. And I've never met her before, never seen her before. Don't even know her name to this day. I don't know the kid's name. But it was weird to me. But then it's like, bing, that happened last time. Why? You know, that was my first sign. First sign that something was different this month, right? Because that happened Monday of last week. The whole, oh my God, this baby, I love, my heart was just like bursting for this kid. I don't know this kid, you know? That was the first sign. And then like the dizziness, kind of feeling not sore, sick, the little cramps. Saturday, I was just worn. I was trying to clean my house and I couldn't clean. I was that tired, which is what prompted me to test Saturday night. I'm like, this is not normal. Usually I can clean my house, even though I had a few hours of sleep that night because I went to bed super late because I was watching movies with my husband or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm usually up fine whenever my body wakes in the morning. I'm usually up and I'm fine and I'm cleaning and I'm doing my business and I'm fine. Saturday, I was just so weak and so tired. I'd get up, clean something, and have to sit back down because, man, I can't. I was more comfortable dusting from the floor. Like, I was dusting my, like, I don't know what you call those lamps that are, like, on these long poles, those stand-up lamps. I got them from IKEA some time ago, but there's just long pole with the lamp on top. So I was dusting the pole and the base, and I was way more comfortable sitting on the floor just dusting off the base of that thing than standing and cleaning the bowl with the lighters up. I just sat on the floor for a while and just stayed there because it was just exhausting. But I had to push myself because I had to clean my house. So Saturday's cleaning day, so I had to clean. So I pushed myself, got up, cleaned. Okay, the tiredness went away. I'm fine. Saturday, fine. Sunday, I juiced and everything. Sunday, I was fine. I cooked. It's fine. Saturday evening Saturday I was fine. Sunday, fine, juice, clean. Sunday evening, out of nowhere, this insane stomach ache. I don't know where it came from. My husband and I ate the same foods. He was fine. But me, I had this insane stomach ache. And it lasted pretty much all through the night. I wasn't vomiting. I wasn't going to the bathroom to say like I had a stomach infection or like I had, bad food or something. Nothing. but just insane stomach ache. And that lasted all through the night. Woke up Monday morning to try to go to work. Nope, nothing doing. I was too exhausted. Like, my body was just drained. I stayed in bed all day. For a minute there, I was like, do I have the flu? Is it a bad cold? What's going on? But then there's no fever. I'm not coughing. I'm feeling chills, right? Like, I have, like, every now and then I feel like a little chill go through my body. But no fever, no coughing, no sneezing. Like, nothing much that would say, oh, definitely you have a bad case of the cold or something. That's it. But then Tuesday, egg white mucus stopped. Like, cold stopped. Monday I wasn't checking because, like I said, I was exhausted. I pretty much did the whole day in bed. Tuesday, egg white mucus stopped. Tested last night. Tuesday was meaning yesterday, because, like I said, remember, today is Wednesday the 7th, just for reference. And so last night I tested, blank space. This morning I tested, blank space. FYI, I ovulated round between cycle day 10 for me and cycle day 11. And again, like I said, I wasn't even checking. I'm not obsessing. I'm just letting things flow, letting things happen. The only reason my husband and I end up baby dancing the Friday and the Saturday, which would have been cycle day 10 and 11 for me, is because my app told me my fertility week was starting. But apparently my fertility week had started and I was ovulating. It was almost done by then. So somehow my cycle shifted. So I ovulated earlier, and the same thing happened in January. So I ovulated early in January too. Same thing, cycle day 11. This time I ovulated cycle day 10. And again, side note, from what I read online, that's not a good thing. Apparently that's because your ovaries are running low, like your supply is running low. I tell you, I had a whole cry fest walking from the mall home after I read that in the mall. Why did I Google things? You hear all the time, don't Google shit. But I did, because I was like, what is this? I was hoping it was all the changes I had done in my life in the last little bit that was sort of shifting things in my body. So I was excited about that, thinking, oh, I'm not like, a later in the month ovulator anymore. Things are shifting in my body. And so I Googled it, thinking it was going to be like, oh, this is improvement. Apparently, no. This is your egg supply getting really low on your body. Just like, oh, let's just shove them all out of there. Just get them out. Let's be rid of them. So maybe this whole thing that happened is because of that. Maybe that's part and parcel. Or can you get sick and have copious amounts of egg white mucus, sore nipples, even now? Sorry. Okay, guys, now camera. Even now, my nipples are sore. My nipples don't just get sore. No, there are months my nipples get sore, but that's like post-ovulation, right? But they don't stay sore for 2 weeks, or just stay fine post-ovulation and pop up, during my 2-week wait and be like, hey, I'm sore now. Like, this doesn't happen. Like, at this point, my nipples are back to normal on the months that they decide to just, show up and show out, So it's like, why all these signs if I'm just going to get a no? Like, who is playing these tricks on me? Like, really and truly, you didn't need to do that. I was totally fine. Worse yet, my girlfriend, love her dearly. But geez, she just gave birth to her son. I couldn't go this week because I was like, okay, just in case I'm getting sick, I can't go around the newborn. And I don't want to go in the house and get the mom sick because she had a C-section. So I don't want to be around them with me. Maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe I'm pregnant. I don't know. Like, but everything was like, yeah, you're pregnant. So basically, I'm just trying to like hold myself together right now. I figured I'd come and update you guys because I was planning this. Oh my god, I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna test for them, and that didn't work out. And I was fooled mightily by my body. Mightily. And I don't understand it. I really don't. And for the last little bit there, the cramps were not like period cramps. The cramps were like weird, warmish, funny feeling cramps. So even like then it's like, oh, that's different. Again, not getting excited, just been like whatever. But the reason why I'm upset today is like, why did all of that need to happen? Like, why? I was fine just doing my normal schmormal. Like, I see my creamy discharge come back. Okay, fine, not pregnant. I don't even bother test if I see creamy discharge after ovulation. I don't bother test because I already know, right? But this time around, it didn't go back to creamy. It stayed very, very light creamy and then got watery and then boom, egg white. Why did all of that need to happen? The dizziness, the extreme thirst. And I'm not even kidding about the extreme thirst. Like you take a sip of water, 10 minutes later, you're parched again. Like constantly on the toilet peeing because you're constantly drinking water. That's not normal for me. I drink water. I drink a cup of water. I'm good for like 30 minutes before I feel like, okay, let me start drinking another cup of water. That's how my body goes. But this time around, just like last time, it was like drink and drink some more and drink some more. Like why? Why did that need to happen? Anyways, I'm done here. I'm just giving you guys the update. Sorry it wasn't better news. Sorry, Cerulli, it wasn't better news. It's okay, universe. But I know you can do better. You can keep all of that for yourself next time around. But I'm not gonna cry. I'm not at the crying stage right now. Right now, I'm just like why? I'm basically at the why. Like, why was that necessary phase? But anyways, end this here. And just continually say congratulations to all those who've achieved pregnancy, all those who are waiting to test, all those who are still trying. Keep on keeping on. Try to stay motivated. Unlike me, I'm feeling like WTF, I'm done right now. But this is just for today. Today is WTF, I'm done. I know I'm not gonna give up now until God tells me menopause is here and you really can't have any more, can't have children. Okay, let's not go down that road right now. But anyways, congratulations to those who have, moved past this stage, and continued perseverance to everybody who's fighting the fight, keeping on with the journey. And let's work on March. Let's work on April, shall we? Yeah, let's work on April. And we'll see what happens then. Okay, bye, guys.